I mention all of this because if you're somebody who's looking to explore either increasing or decreasing your sodium intake for health benefits, for performance benefits, in many ways, it is useful to do that in the context of a fairly pure, meaning unprocessed food intake background, whether or not that's keto, carnivore, omnivore, intermittent fasting, or what have you. It doesn't really matter. But the closer that foods are to their basic form and taste, meaning not large combinations of large amounts of ingredients, and certainly avoiding highly processed foods, the more quickly you're going to be able to hone in on your specific salt appetite and salt needs, which, as I've pointed out numerous times throughout this episode, are going to vary from person to person, depending on nutrition, depending on activity, depending on hormone status. So if you want to home in on the appropriate amount of sodium for you, yes, blood pressure is going to be an important metric to pay attention to as you go along. But in determining whether or not increasing your salt intake might be beneficial for instance, for reducing anxiety a bit, or for increasing blood pressure to offset some of these postural syndromes where you get dizzy, et cetera, or for improving sports performance or cognitive performance. And indeed, many people find, and it's reviewed a bit, and some of the data are reviewed in the book, The Salt Fix, that when people increase their salt intake in a backdrop of relatively unprocessed foods, that sugar cravings can indeed be vastly reduced. And that makes sense given the way that these neural pathways for salty and sweet interact.